What's up, Milia?
Hi, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm good.
What's up?
Thanks. Thank you for taking my call.
You got it.
I'm really excited.
What's going on?
My question is kind of divided into three parts, but it pertains to the same situation.
Okay.
And I can do a backstory, quick one after I ask my questions.
All right, go for it.
Okay, how can I support my husband through his random career change? And I know.
This is going to be awesome. So you're a
Yeah, I
huge
know.
fan of this career change. You're super behind it. All right, keep going.
And how can I emotionally support him when he's closed off? And how can I communicate with him when he's being more receptive?
Yeah, backstory me
So,
here.
yes. Okay, so last year, my husband got a job that he's been manifesting for a very long time. And
Does he have a vision board?
In his head. Yeah.
I bet he has a very elaborate Pinterest account. All right, so go ahead.
Okay, so my husband got a job that he's been wanting for a very long time, and he was really happy. And then shortly after starting that job, he realized he didn't like it, but he decided to stick through it because he felt like it would just get better. And I started realizing that it was affecting his mood a lot. He started coming home really cranky, and it was affecting his mental health. And after almost 2 years of being in that job, he decides he's going to get another one. And so he told me last week he was going to apply for new jobs. And I said, great, and I didn't really ask about it after. And then I needed the computer, and I saw that he applied to be a police officer. But that was all he applied for. He didn't apply for any other electrical jobs, nothing, which is why I call it the random career change, because it almost feels like a midlife crisis. Like it just feels out of nowhere. And it's not that I don't want to support him, because I think he would be amazing being a police officer, but he's kind of stuck with that, and that's what he wants to do. And I'm a little bit confused.
What are you confused about? He told you for 2 years that this job is killing him.
Yes. It's just that he never went to school to be a police officer. He has no training in it. It's just suddenly police officer. And
so I'll tell you on the side of, I'm confident this is the same with women, but I'm not a woman, so I can't speak to it like I can on the man side. There is a deep amount of shame when I'll just say with me, I finished a PhD in a particular field. I made my way to the top of that field. I've got 2 kids. And I knew, this field is about to implode on itself. And I can't continue to be the husband and dad that I want to be. I have some broader scope challenges with this job that I'm not going to talk about publicly. Honey, I got to go get some more training and do something different.
Yeah.
I felt such a profound sense of shame. Such a profound sense of embarrassment. I'd made it. I'd got what I wanted. And I knew how disruptive it would be to go back to school to get more training to my wife, to my kids, to my relationships. And by the way, it was disruptive to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And in a million billion years, I would never have predicted that this many years later, I'd be doing what I'm doing now. Transform my entire family's everything.
Yeah.
But if y'all don't have a regular practice of you sitting down and holding his hands and him knowing there is not a thing in the world, I'll never call you crazy what's in your heart and mind, then he's going to make decisions in a vacuum.
Yeah.
This sounds to me like either he is incredibly evasive and he knew you would react poorly, or, I'm sorry, he's incredibly evasive and is just rude, right?
Hmm.
Or he didn't have the language or avenue to speak in a way that you wouldn't react. I don't like that. I don't want you to do that. Why haven't you been doing this? Which is a judgment, not curiosity. And I promise you, he's judging himself enough.
Yeah. Which comes to my next part of my question.
Okay.
So, when he's trying to deal with things on his own, and he's been like this since we first met, he likes to sort of sweep things under the rug and kind of handle things on his own. But we've been together for a very long time, and that never works. And I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue. I just like to sit and talk about things. And I think if it wasn't for me constantly pushing him to talk about our problems would have never been fixed. And when he
I want you to personalize it.
Yes.
Here's what I mean. There's some common marriage advice that says if there's a problem, both of you sit on the same side of the table and it's us versus this problem. I think that works sometimes. But I think, like you said, it sweeps the personhood of each of you it just sweeps it off the table. And just solving the problem is a very masculine way of dealing with the world. And so there's something about you going to the other side of the table and looking at him and saying, I feel loved when you tell me what you're worried about. I feel very unsafe when I know you're making big decisions and you don't include me in the conversation. I don't feel loved when you are about to change our entire family's ecosystem and you don't at least sit down with me and tell me what's going on in your heart and mind and soul. I love you to the moon and back, and I'll be behind you 1,000%. But I feel unloved and unsafe when you just drop these grenades on me.
Yeah.
That's different than, what do you mean you're applying to be a cop? You've been working for That's a totally different thing, because now we're talking about the problem. The problem is you didn't tell me. The problem is you're applying for this. The problem is I don't want to be a cop's wife. The problem is it's not I feel less safe because you are making decisions in a vacuum. You see the difference there? One of them is really a powerful invitation to connect with me, and the other is you did this and now I'm doing that, and you did this and so I'm doing that.
Yes, but I never reacted badly to him being a cop. I was supportive about it.
But you're hurt by it.
I'm just confused.
What are you confused about?
It makes sense what you're saying, and I get it. That I think he just wanted something different, and I can respect that because
go deeper. Not just I want something different. This other job was killing me.
Yeah, and I saw it every day, and I still see it.
Have you told him?
Of course.
Have you told him I'm so proud of you?
Yes.
For changing jobs?
All the time.
Okay, so why are you confused? I'm missing something. I'm not doing a good job of hearing.
I guess I'm just not. I don't know.
Are you scared of him becoming a police officer?
Yeah.
Are you scared? Are you scared of people in your community being like, "Oh my gosh, your husband's a cop"?
No, because I couldn't care less.
Okay.
It's just I always felt because when I think of police officer, I'm like, that's dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
But then, and I think that's because we have kids,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I think that's really the only thing that's worrying me about it, is that I think it's really dangerous, and that's the only reason why I don't like it.
Okay. Well, I think that sense of honesty and safety is important to put out on the table. Because what you don't want to become is him. The thing that frustrates you about this guy is how much you love him and how much he feels like he has to make decisions by himself in a vacuum. And how much he holds things back. And if you are fully supportive of him taking a new job, taking a radical career change, because you see what his current job is doing to him,
Oh yeah.
and he takes a new job, and your first thing is, well, that's random. Why are you doing that? You manifested this other job. Do you see the cognitive dissonance there?
Mm-hmm.
And beneath that, if the core reason, that core feeling is a sense of, I'm so proud of you for taking yourself into account, taking our family into account, and I am scared to death. You just picked the most dangerous job. Oh my gosh. Every day you're going to go to work, you're going to put on a bulletproof vest, and I'm going to be scared you're not going to come home. Let's put that on the table. Every couple who goes through these communication challenges, here's what I'm always going to tell you. Similar, just thinking about like a basketball player that's struggling with making free throws, you have to make practicing a priority. However uncomfortable it is, let's get together on the calendar once a week and let's talk about money. Let's talk about how can I love you this week, like the calendar, and how can I show up for you? And then the third thing is, let's talk about, here's just some feelings I'm having. The more I'm considering your job as a police officer, the prouder of you I am that you're getting out of this job, and the more terrified I'm becoming that I'm going to lose my husband in the line of duty. Put that on the table. I'm trying to find ways to have you connect with me and not make decisions in a vacuum, and I'm not doing a good job. Can you tell me why, what I'm doing, so that I can make it easier for you to talk to me? Because you got to talk to me. Those are very different conversations, and you'll have to practice that regularly. And he can go, oh gosh, we're having another talking conversation. Yes. And the more you have them, actually the shorter they get, and the more direct they get, and the more safe they get. And the safer they get, the more they happen. Just happens in this big loop. This one's tough, Amelia, because I know your feelings on it are heavy and deep, and so are his. And y'all both going to just have to choose to do something very different, which is he's going to have to choose to speak. Here's what I actually feel. And for many millions of men, that's not a safe conversation to have. Brene Brown talks really eloquently about this, that often the women in a man's life would rather them just go out on their shield than talk about things they're scared about. Men learn that. And they have to have a place where they can safely say, I'm working on it, but I'm scared about this. I'm taking steps, but I'm not okay. And everybody in the family has to be able to sit in that tension. And then he's got to go do the next right thing. Ugh. I statements, give him a path to love you and give him a path to helping you feel safe. And remember that secrets will kill you. And put this stuff on the calendar and let's start practicing. That's your path forward, Amelia. And it's not sexy and it's not going to be fun, but it will lead to relational healing if y'all go for it.